What's up, folks? Welcome back, and we are out here with some tripods. 2 vet tripods to be exact. I have several of these. I used to have 7, lost 2. I actually physically lost one of them going from one hunting spot to another. I don't know how it bounced out of the buggy, but it did. That one really pissed me off because it had my name engraved on it, and I was just hoping somebody would find it and hit me up, but they didn't, and I don't blame them. And the second one, I snapped it in half. It was hanging off the edge of my buggy. I was backing up out of the shop, not paying attention, and it hit one of the beams and just snapped it in half. So the only thing salvageable out of that was the actual ball head. But we're down to 5, okay? So I got the QDT V2 here. I got the Recon V2 here. The camera has the QDT invert. I just got the Recon LS invert, left that one at the office, and I have another one that's at home, and I can't remember the damn model of it. It's one of the bigger bases here up on top. I'll try to remember here, and I'll get back to you guys on that. But anyways, we're gonna talk about 2 vet tripods and why I use their products. The one that I left at home is the QDT. It has a wider base here, and the only time I ever use that is when I'm on those 15+ pound guns and I'm target shooting. I don't like to use it for hunting because it's too wide of a base, and it does not have the leg stoppers. We'll talk about that here in a second. I like the slimmer bases. These have slimmer bases here, so the legs collapse, almost touching each other, but they don't touch because these have leg stoppers. We'll get straight to that. So one thing in the past that I've experienced with other tripods are the legs crossing each other. So for example, we have this one right here. We got 3 legs, and this leg will continue to go through. And as you can see, it is stopping. This one's wet because I had to hose it off from last night. But as you can see, it fully collapses here, but when the legs are out, none of the legs go through. They will not go through, they don't cross. So if you're looking into these tripods and you like to hunt, I suggest getting the tripod models with the leg stoppers. It's just a tab here, and I'm not sure if you can see it in the video. Let me try to pop it out there. There's a stopper there. Once you push that in, that stopper prevents the legs from crossing, which is, I think, critical in the field, because I cannot tell you guys how many times I've been on stalks and the legs cross or they want to collapse, and it just sucks. I hate it. I hate it a lot. To the ball heads really quick, I love their ball heads. These are 55mm dual tension ball heads. You can get them with the Area 419 QD plates up here for ARCA. I run nothing but ARCA. I used to run Picatinny, and I was a big hater of ARCA plates, and they grew on me, and now I can't hunt without them. So ARCA all the way. This Area 419 one is badass. Also, you can make adjustments with different rails. I've noticed that some rails are slightly off spec from others. So you got like a little little knurled knob here that you can twist, and you can tighten or loosen depending on what type of rail you're using. And all it is just a quick lever right here. You don't have to worry about spinning any type of knobs to try to get your tripod tight on the plate. This one over here is a little different. This is a really right stuff plate here. I've been using this one for years. Possibly one of my favorite ones. Unfortunately, these are discontinued, so there's really no need to talk about it. I used to have 2 of them. The other tripod that I lost, it had this plate on here, and it works the same way. It's adjustable, and it works with ARCA and Picatinny. But like I said, these are not available anymore. Their ball heads are badass. I wish I can get in on this one and show you guys how beat up it is. This is the one that hit that beam, and it still works like it's brand new. I hose it down, it gets muddy, it's in the ice, it gets in the sand, and I have 0 issues with the ball head. Dual tension ball head all the way for me. To the legs, the QDT V2 is my favorite. One is because of the thickness of the legs. The main tube is 42mm. I'm not sure what the second part is. It's just slightly smaller. But this tripod just feels stout to me. That is everything. You know, a lot of people always ask, man, how are you so steady with these shots and how are you pulling off certain shots? It's with these tripods, and it's with the sturdy tripods. Yes, they make smaller models with thinner legs. I'm not a big fan of thinner legs on tripods because they do tend to get a little flimsy, and I personally don't think I will be sturdy on those tripods. So I prefer to have the thicker legs, and the thickest ones that I think are available on the website are 42 millimeters. They do have other models that have smaller legs, so if it's something that you still want to look or pursue, go for it. But the reason why I don't like the thinner legs is because I'm worried about the stability. This tripod over here is the Recon V2. This is a great option. The folks that don't want the thicker legs, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have large hands, this tripod's not gonna bother you on stocks. But if you have small hands, I'm gonna tell you right now, your hands are probably gonna get a good grip on maybe 2 legs, maybe just 1, and that could be a problem. The Recon V2 is a great option because the legs are a little bit thinner. It's a lighter tripod as well. I don't know the exact weight. I know this one's 4 pounds, 12 ounces, but the Recon V2 is a little bit lighter. I use this one every once in a while. It's one of my backup tripods, and I've hunted with it plenty of times. As you can see, my hand gets a good grip all the way around almost. The only thing that I don't like is the 2 different adjustments here with the twist lock. On the QDT V2, I only have 1 adjustment with the twist lock. That's huge because sometimes in the back of the buggy, these things bounce around. Maybe one of the legs will come loose and it wants to kind of tilt over. I just know, oh, okay, it's this leg right here, and I just make adjustments with that 1 twist lock and lock it back where it needs to be. Where this one, it could be 2 different areas that might be loose, and I got to figure out which one it is. So it kind of, I just prefer the 1 twist lock system here on the QDT. They have some other tripods that have 3 of them. Those are going to be really good for the people that are like hiking in or packing in somewhere. If you got a big elk hunt or a moose hunt or something like that, or you're camping or you're doing something where you have to pack light and have a really compact setup. Those are going to be really good tripods for you guys. But the guys that are out here doing this night thing and doing these stalks, we're not too worried about weight. Some people are. I'm not worried about weight, but and you're not worried about the full collapse length of the tripod. I think this one fully collapses 39 or 40 inches or something like that. The invert is pretty cool, which is on the camera right now. The upper legs is the same diameter as the Recon V2, but we have 42 millimeter legs down on the bottom, and it has 1 twist lock adjustment as well. Folks, if you already have a 2Vets tripod, more than likely your 2Vets came with just the knurled twist lock here. It's a metal twist lock, and sometimes this thing gets slippery, you know, or it makes some noise sometimes. This one doesn't have it on there. I'm making contact, you hear that? The twist locks are making contact. Usually it's just the feet here, the rubber feet, but that could be a problem when you're trying to be sneaky on some animals, all right? I suggest going over to 2Vets website. I'll have that link down in the description, and get the rubber twist lock. I don't even know exactly what the description is. They're like they're overlays, and as you can see, it's on here right now, and it eliminates that rattling noise. Look at that. And I'm actually making a lot of noise there because I'm forcing it, but you don't hear anything. And those rubber twist locks, I think they're like 15 bucks. I mean, it's not bad. And you just literally slip it on over the legs, put it on top of that twist lock, and it makes adjustments a lot easier, to be honest with you. But I like it because it makes things a lot quieter. All of 2Vets tripods come in carbon fiber. The QDT here has a pretty sexy checkered look to it. The Recon V2 has more of a striped carbon fiber pattern to it. The invert has the checkered as well. They look really good. They're great people to deal with. I've had issues in the past where I screwed something up, and they've always communicated well, and they just stand behind their product. I want to quickly talk about the plates set up here on top. The Area 419 or the really right stuff, it doesn't matter. Folks, this is a game changer. I remember back in the days when I was going in with clamp style setups, and I'm not going to talk about companies, I don't want to throw shade. So the clamp style setups work, okay? But it's not ideal. It's just not efficient out in the field. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've been out with my buddies that have the clamp style setups, and we're stalking. And I'll spot a pig 200 yards away or a coyote, and I say, hey, we're about to close the gap on them. And now we're 20, 30 yards away from the animals, and they're over there making a ruckus trying to get their rifle set up in the clamps because they're not comfortable going on a stalk with their rifles in that clamp. More than likely the rifle's gonna fall out or it's going to shift. That's the beauty of running ARCA on your bolt guns or your ARs. You can throw them in setups just like this, lock them down, throw it over your shoulder and go on that stalk. You really wanna get your stuff nice and secure, and it's just gonna make it a lot easier to shoot. I cannot stand the clamps anymore. I'm a big hater of the clamps, but they have their place, okay? And I know not everybody can drop $900 on setups. I totally get it, but if you're dropping a few grand in your thermal setup, more than likely you got a badass rifle. Why would you skip, or why would you cut corners with your tripod? Spend the money and do it right. Folks, I remember back in the days when these things were frowned upon. I remember doing videos years back shooting off of tripods, and everybody'd be like, be a man, shoot those things free-handed. They thought I was intimidated by the rifle. They thought I was intimidated by shooting free-handed, and I can shoot perfectly fine free-handed, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the footage is gonna be straight garbage, and the accuracy has definitely stepped up. You're seeing people in the PRS scene, you're seeing SWAT tactical, you're seeing military, you're seeing a lot of people in the field using tripods, and there's a reason why. And you can utilize these things in so many ways. Different shooting positions. If you want to sit, you want to go prone, standing. These things can adjust to anybody's height. I know I'm 6'3", and I know for a fact that this QDT can go even taller than that. So don't think that height's going to be an issue. But they're so useful, folks. Like I said earlier, you know, you're going to spend money on your thermal setup. You're going to spend money on your rifles. Why would you cut corners with the tripods? You know, it's kind of like going to a drag race with your car and having some shitty ass tires. It doesn't make any sense. You want to put the money where it counts. So if your budget allows it, folks, I'm telling you right now, go with some tripods. And I'm not trying to push just 2Vets on you. There's other tripods out there. Just be really careful about what you're choosing. And that is it, folks. Before we get out of here, I want to thank 2Vets for all the support. They've been very supportive of what I do. We're always communicating, we're always talking on the phone. They'll have something new in the works and they'll hit me up and get some suggestions or want me to try it out in the field. It's a really cool relationship, so really cool people to deal with. But at the end of the day, regardless of that relationship, I would still purchase a 2Vets. I got coworkers, I got good friends. They're all running 2Vets now because they're seeing what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing in the field, and now they're wanting to step their game up with their tripods, and this is the way to go. I'm telling you guys right now, this is it. It's really hard to find a good tripod setup out there for under $1,000. It's touching it, it's almost there at $1,000, but I'm telling you guys right now, it's money well spent.